All right, 16.1, task one. So we're talking about those peaks, clusters, gaps, just the shape of that data. So here we have Mr. Ortega surveyed one of his classes to determine how many siblings each of the students has. Here's our dot plot. What conclusions can we draw? So how many students did he have, right? So each of these dots represents a student. So we'll count those up. There's A. So a cluster is that group of data points. So does this have a group? And I would say yes, right here from 0 to 3 is a group. So there's one here that's not a group. There's one here, not a group. So it's got to have like quite a few in that group to make it a group. So from 0 to 3, there is a group. So are there gaps, right? Places that have no data. So does the dot plot have any gaps? If so, where? So, right, 4 and 6 have gaps. I wouldn't say 8 is a gap because beyond that, there's no data. So I'm not saying that's a gap. It's just like the end of the data. So I would say 4 and 6. It's not 4 through 6, right? This dash means through. I would say 4 and 6 are gaps in the data. Nobody had 4 or 6 siblings in this class. So the peak is a point that is higher than the rest of them. So does the dot plot have a peak? Yes, the highest point is having one sibling. Now we're going to calculate the median. How does it relate to the overall pattern? So now we need to remember this is not just, we're not listing 1, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. We're listing 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure you're doing this in your book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. I could have known that. There was one extra. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 threes, 3 and 3, and a 5 and a 7. Okay, so we're going to start matching them up. So, right, 0, actually, I'm going to grab a different color. So 0 and 7, 0 and 5, 0, 3, 0, 3, 0, 2, 0, 2. So we're done with our zeros. We're on this first 1 and a 2, and a 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 1 and a 1. And our median is this 1 right there. Up this second one from the top is that median there. So the median is 1. How does this relate to the overall pattern? Well, right, that was where that big group was. So it would make sense that that median falls within that big group. And that was also that peak. So, right, most students in this class had one sibling. The median was 1. So I feel like that relates really well to the patterns that we were already noticing. So now you have to draw 2 conclusions, explain whether you used a cluster, gap, a peak, or a mode to reach a conclusion. So you're going to just state something you noticed, right? A conclusion is, oh, I can look at this data and I know this. So I'll help you with one. Most students in this class have 0 to 3 siblings. How do I know that? Because I use that big cluster. So I can say most students have between 0 to 3. That I use the cluster to know that. So you have to come up with one other one on your own there. So, right, groups are clusters, peaks are the most. Which one happens the most? Not the highest number, right? That's a 7. Somebody has 7 siblings, but what the mode is the peak. Okay, a gap is places where there's no data, and right, so there you go. There is 16.1, task 1.